Hello, this is Pastor Manning, welcoming you to the Beacon of Hope podcast. I have a quick thought for you today regarding how to not let what you don't have ruin what you do have. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, in part, that we are to be content with such things as we have. I'll deal with that scripture more in a moment. But the concept of being content with such things as we have is being able to enjoy the things that we possess and where we are in our life without allowing what we don't have to cause us to be very dissatisfied with what we do have. I had a great illustration of this happen to me a while back. I was stopping to have lunch at a restaurant, which I frequent, and I pulled up and noticed that there was a car pulled in behind me, and it was a car similar to mine. I drive a Subaru Legacy Limited, and I purchased it as a certified used car when it had 43,000 miles on it and got a very, very good deal on it. I'd waited over a year to purchase a vehicle. It was replacing an old 98 Lumina I had, and I waited until I could get what I wanted and got this car, and it honestly was above and beyond what I thought I would be able to get in the price range and that. And it was just a blessing from the Lord to get it. I put a lot of miles on a vehicle, and so I've been very grateful for it. And I pulled in, and at that time, my car probably had, probably 170,000 miles on it, but it looks excellent. Everything's good on it. I pulled in and I parked, and as I parked, I was doing a couple of things where I got out of the car, gathering up my stuff, and I noticed pulling right in behind me was a very nice, real clean condition Legacy also, and a couple was in it, and they parked in behind me, and I saw they kind of look at my car and stuff, and I saw theirs, and theirs was real nice and clean, and looked new. I think it was a newer model than mine, but they look very similar. And they got out and went into the restaurant, and I got out. And as I went by, I looked, and theirs was it was a nice model of the Legacy. It was pretty and had everything was real clean and nice. And like I mentioned, it was probably newer than mine, but it was nice looking. And I noticed that they had a temporary tag on it. In other words, they had just purchased this vehicle at some point. It was a used vehicle, but it looked really good. And so I thought, oh, that's pretty neat. And so I wanted to be a little bit of encouragement to them because I've enjoyed mine so much. It's the only car I've ever owned that I've liked it more the more I've driven it. And I came in behind them, and I was carrying my briefcase, computer, and stuff. I was going to work a little while at lunch, and I walked in, and they were there, and turned around and looked at me, and they knew I'd come out of that car in front of them. I said, hi, and they're like, hi. And I said, hey, I hope you enjoy your Legacy. I said, I see you just bought the car. And they said, yeah, just recently, a few days. And I said, boy, I hope you enjoy yours as much as I've enjoyed mine. And the fella, just this kind of, I don't know, it was an unusual tone of voice, just, I tried to imitate it a little. He just looked at me and he goes, well, we're not going to enjoy it as much as you enjoy yours. Yours is limited. You've got the leather seats. You have all the options. Ours doesn't have all that. And it caught me completely off guard. I didn't know quite what to do, and so I paused a second, and I said, well, I hope you enjoy it. It looks like you got a really nice-looking car there. And the guy just turned back around and didn't say anything else. And I thought, my goodness, now they had a pretty car. It was nice. I mean, their car was far nicer than anything I had owned in my life. I'm 57 years old, and it was nicer than anything I had owned up until I purchased the car I have now. And yet a total discontent with that. And I looked at that and I thought, that's a nice vehicle they have. It drives exactly as mine would drive. It's got the all-wheel drive. They'll get superb gas mileage. Long trip car, you can enjoy it. It's a sedan, but it has a sporty feel and just reliable as it can be. But it didn't have all the extras that mine had, and I was blessed to get mine at a very good price. But they weren't even able to enjoy it, because when he pulled in that parking lot, there was a car in front of him that had something he didn't have. Just a few days ago, I was on a bypass goes around our town of Lancaster, and I was following a Lamborghini. It was beautiful. It was glossy black, just pretty. And I followed it for a few miles. My goodness, what a rumble that V12 puts out. And I went around and I was checking it out, and just I thought it was neat. That is such a neat looking car. And I pulled away, and that was a neat looking car. And I understand it's such a jump that wouldn't even be a realistic thing. I literally could not afford to operate that vehicle. But the point is, I'm glad whoever had it. Hopefully it's something they can afford, not something they buried themselves to get. And if they can afford it, whether or not I would ever spend that much on a vehicle or not, it's not the issue. I hope they enjoy it. I hope they realize that they've got a really incredible piece of machinery there. But as we parted and I exited to go where I was going to go, my day didn't feel less. My car's still a nice car. I like it. I enjoy it. And they can have theirs, and theirs is, an amazing vehicle. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy what I have and be grateful for it. And the verse that should guide us in this is the one I mentioned part of it to you earlier. It's Hebrews 13, verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as you have. For he, that's Jesus, has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. And so I can enjoy what's in the present. I can appreciate something that's nice. I can even make plans to upgrade something later or to move into a different level of something if that's something that makes sense to do, without ruining what I have now. And it would be a shame to not enjoy what you have because of what you don't have. Because no matter what we have, there's always going to be something about it that is either inferior to something else, or is different than something else, or some new option will be available. And so how much better is it to do it the Lord's way? Not to covet things, but to say, I can appreciate something that's excellent, but I can certainly enjoy fully that which I have now. Just some thoughts and an unusual encounter which made me really understand this verse in a different way than I had before. Hope you have a very blessed day. Enjoy what the Lord's given to you.